Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Mubarik Ali Khan from GSL Pakistan. I hope you're enjoying good health. After quite long, I'm back with one of exciting mocks we have. One of our students, her name is Miss Agdas. She has prepared her IELTS with us, I guess, since last a month, I guess. Yeah, and she's appearing in her IELTS exam, so let's see how much has she prepared. And those of you who are preparing, it would be a mock session in front of you. In the end, I'll try to give my expert opinion about her and will surely give a band score, a suggested one. So let's see how she performs. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name and candidate number, please?
My name is Agdas Nasser.
Okay.
And my candidate number is 6475.
Great. And what you like me to call you?
You can call me Agdas.
Okay. For identification and inquiry purpose, I would like to have your CNIC, your passport, through which you booked your test. Can I see one?
Yes, sure.
So tell me a bit about your family, Miss Agdas.
Basically, I belong to a rural area. I spent 24 years of my life there. Later, I moved to Islamabad. That's the capital of Pakistan.
Okay.
I came here for the sake of education. I pursued my higher education from here.
I got my point.
Right.
Thanks. So what do your brothers and sisters do?
My brothers and sisters are studying currently.
So what are the advantages and disadvantages of living here?
Well, I think that there are a lot of advantages rather than disadvantages living in the capital of Pakistan, as far as it is concerned to the academic life, or it is related to the, you can say, health facilities. Hospitals are there. You can find all the things that are required for pursuing a healthy and good lifestyle. You can get it from living inside the capital.
Okay. So for example, I'm new here. Could you recommend a good restaurant to me?
Yeah, as I'm living quite closer to the center of Islamabad, so I would recommend you a food place that is named as Gloria Jeans. It is actually renowned for coffee. So I would recommend you to go there for the sake of having coffee.
Okay. So what do you suggest me to order?
I would like you to order their brownie. That tastes really well.
Okay. So after you have taken the IELTS, what are your planning and what would you like to study later?
As I'm a student of clinical psychology, so I want to pursue my higher education from abroad.
Okay. So why do you want to study overseas?
Actually, it's because of the research tendencies. It's because of their way of dealing with the academia, the way they have their approach towards, you can say, education, their pragmatic approach towards, you can say, real life, and the way they tend to look forward for the sake of improving the lifestyle and the education system as well. This is why I want to study from abroad.
Fine. This is the end of part 1. Moving on towards part 2 now, it says, describe a course you took in your college or university.
Right.
This is your topic. You can make your notes if you want to. You have a minute to think about it, and you will speak on that for next 2 minutes. Your timer has just been started, ma'am. You still have 20 seconds. Ten more seconds still if you want to. Take your time. All right. Are you good to start?
Yes.
Please.
Well, as I mentioned in the beginning, that I'm a student of clinical psychology.
Yeah.
So while pursuing my bachelor's degree, I took a course that was about cognitive behavior therapy. The reason of having that course was actually to upskill in my specific field. And basically, I started doing this course in the beginning of my university classes because it was recommended by my supervisor and my other teachers as well, and even my friends too, that it will help me out in the setting or the field in which I was planning to pursue further. So basically, that course was all about how the thought patterns and behaviors of an individual are interrelated, and how they actually help a professional to understand the problems, or you can say psychological defects or psychological issues of a client. So for that sake, I tried pursuing that course. For me, it was really helpful because once I went for internship, that was actually for the sake of the partial fulfillment of my degree. So during internship, I tried applying the strategies of cognitive behavior therapy, which was really helpful, and it actually assisted me to understand the behaviors of my client. And the really good thing about it that I would really like to mention the optimistic effects of it. It was really advantageous. It was having more pros than cons because once I had that course, it made me, you can say, not perfect, but quite better in dealing and understanding the client. So that course was really helpful. So cut the story short, I would say that was really helpful for me in the beginning.
All right, I got the idea. Thank you very much. Moving on towards part 3 now. So how do you think studying overseas will be different to studying in your own country?
As far as the differences between the countries around the globe are concerned, I think that every country or every society has their own standards and their own ways of dealing with the things. But the thing as education is concerned, I believe that compared to my country that is considered to be, unfortunately, that is taken as an underdeveloped, you can say, country. Studying abroad will really help me in terms of, you can say, for the sake of doing research, in terms of understanding more things. As far as my, you can say, course is concerned, they have done a lot of research in this field rather than my own country.
Okay, so what problems do you think you will have studying abroad?
Well, I believe that there would be a culture shock as well. For example, if I'll go there, there will be people from different communities. I have to live with them. There is a possibility there would get a language barrier, their way of living, how they tend, what kind of thinking pattern they have got. Sometimes people are very biased toward other cultures. So there is a possibility I may come across this kind of issues.
Okay. So do you think that there will be any major changes in your field of study over the next few years?
Absolutely, yes. This is the reason I'm preferring to pursue my, you can say, higher education from abroad, because I will get an interaction with the people who have done, you can say, great and remarkable researches in this field. So I believe that there will be a lot of improvements in my knowledge and my practice as well.
Okay, so what do you intend to do once you have finished your studies?
I think this is a really good question, and I actually want to improve this. So once I will complete my study, I really want to get the license from the British Psychological Society in my field. Okay. So after completing my study, I actually want to fulfill my dream, and that is to work on my own setup, my own clinic, in which I will try to actually encapsulate and will figure out that what different things could be consolidatedly implemented in a way that I could help the people who are having psychological issues or the problems related to it.
Okay, my last question from you. What do you see yourself doing professionally in 10 years' time, and how do you see your personal life changing?
I believe that since the day I've started doing this course, I've seen a lot of changes in my personality. So I believe if I have accompanied these changes in myself, there is a possibility that I would prefer to, you can say, to bring a kind of change not only in the place where I'll be studying, but also the place where I'll get back from the overseas or from the international school or college from which I will get education. So I believe that studying abroad would help me to improve the lifestyle of the people living inside my country as well.
All right. Okay. This is the end of your spoken test. Thank you very much for your time, Miss Addis. Now this is the time to give you the feedback.
Right.
Before I speak about your test, I would like to take your insight. How was it?
It was really well.
Really? Okay. So what do you expect in score if you were the examiner of a self-assessment? So what you could have given to your own self?
I think if I compare my performance right at the moment with the earlier one, it was very very much better than earlier.
Okay.
So I believe the score should be improved. That it should have to be more than 6.5 or 7.
Good, great. All right. So let me tell you the scale at which you are supposed to be assessed. First of all, the scale of fluency and coherence.
Okay.
Likewise, for all of you, those of you who are watching us, thank you very much. And if you are preparing for IELTS, this specific scale is supposed to be understood over here, and based upon this scale, I'll give my feedback to you too. In the fluency and coherence part, the first thing which comes to it is if you avoid silence or hesitation, then that's the plus. So basically you avoid it. I didn't find you silent ever. I didn't find you hesitated. It can be tempered word once or twice. That's part of the regular fluency thing. So I didn't find anything. So full marks for this. Speak at length on each topic. That's part of again fluency and coherence. So yeah, you were speaking on the topic and twice or thrice I cut you short, and there is nothing negative about it. Okay. Since I have to scale myself between 11 to 14 minutes, so it was a kind of idea. So use words to connect ideas. Yes, you do. Initially, I found you some good connectors. Initially, for example, I said very good question, or maybe I would like to say about it. As far as I'm concerned, I would say such kind of phrases were used. So I'm giving maximum for fluency and coherence to you, which is a plus. The second one is lexical resource. The good thing about this topic was that it was related to your own study, or you molded it to your studies.
Exactly.
So you had more words like their optimistic effects, advantageous, and positivity, and pragmatics. And everything was according to the regular speaking style of yours, so you are more confident on that too. That's a plus too. So you used a wide range of vocabulary in that sense that you had the subject knowledge, so that was a plus again. Yeah. If it could have been something else, for example, about maybe astronomy or such thing, maybe you could not have given this best as you have given. So you were lucky enough in that case, and I was not informed about your background, so it's a natural regular thing. But the thing where you lack is use of idioms and collocations.
Okay.
I didn't find any idiom anywhere.
Okay.
Bombardments of idiom is not supposed to be there, but should be at least one or two, so that you show that okay, I have my idiomatic expressions.
Okay.
The collocations were there. There were some sounds, there were some words you were connecting. Could have been more, but they were acceptable.
Okay.
Paraphrasing. In part 3, I found it that you were trying to paraphrase, for example, when I said overseas education, you said study abroad.
Yeah.
Such kind of paraphrasing should be an intentional one.
Okay.
So that you give him a clue that I know how to speak this differently than mimicking the same words you ask a question into. So lexical resource went somehow above 70%, not like the fluency and coherence part. Then it comes to grammatical range and accuracy. So did you speak complex sentences? Yes, you tried it. For example, not even but also structures are supposed to be added which you didn't use. But in your own style, you are not speaking some simple sentences. I would like to go to school. I would like to go to a market. Not like that. You were connected and you tried putting some conjunctives, or I would say some kind of connectors, so that it made it look complex.
Okay.
But conditional statements could have added +1 to it as well.
Right.
Okay. Then use a variety of grammatical forms somehow.
Okay.
Avoid grammatical mistakes, absolutely. There were no grammatical mistakes I found, so that's a plus. So it would go like category 2, lexical resource. And I hope you're understanding that I am trying to give it to you. I'll try showing it on the screen too, so that you could see that how it is actually assessed. And if you are doing it at your home, so how can you let some second person assess you through this sheet? Then it comes to the utmost important matter, that is pronunciation.
Okay. So
pronounce words accurately, yes, but there were, I guess, 1 or 2 words, if I could. How do you pronounce this word? A-G-A-I-N.
Again.
It's again.
Right.
Okay. And there was another one word I could not write down, but there were 2 words which I found skipped, but it's all right. Maybe because of the mother tongue influence, it's a common thing. Now the next one is join sounds together. We call it assimilation. Okay. When we join 2 sounds together, that was missing majorly. Okay. For example, you must have listened to some commentaries. A famous commentator from Pakistan is Ramiz Raja.
Yeah.
So once you listen some commentator taking his name, they call him Mr. Rami Rajan is in the box now. They don't say Ramiz Raja.
Okay.
Rami Rajan.
Okay.
Okay. She is a very good girl, I should say.
Okay.
So D is gone. When initials are same.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to play football, not football.
Okay.
Okay. So such thing was not there. That is supposed to be
Okay.
added. I'm talking about band 9.
You're right.
Okay. And then vary intonation, the last one in pronunciation, that were you varying your intonation from the basic flat tone to the next level tone, that where, for example, you're giving your expressions? No.
Okay.
You don't vary your tone. You need to
Okay.
vary your tone. There is some excitement about something. There should
Okay.
be some feeling of loss somewhere. The way you were speaking, so it was an exciting part that you're going abroad. Then it
Right.
was kind of a tingy behavior that I don't know what cultural makeup would be there. So you were supposed to be shown confused with the language as well as with the gestures. And you were super serious. This is not something very positive.
Okay.
I was supposed to be serious as examiner, but you were supposed to engage me with your talk.
Okay.
So it was all a robo talk. Okay, so you were trying to give the maximum good quality answers while keeping in mind, okay, the scale system.
Okay.
But taking human beings as human beings
Yeah, you're right.
is quite a task. And that's a very plus part. Okay.
Okay.
So that person could have been more associated, would have been more better. Basically, he's also tired of taking this exams like
Yeah,
me.
you're right.
So that person is supposed to have that. When I told you, when I appeared up, he started laughing with me at times. So that is kind of it. We don't have to crack jokes,
Okay.
but we have to use a language where we see, and the language of comedians is the top level language because they know how to use it in a way that there are pauses, there are repetitions. The next person feels the language.
Yeah.
That feeling was not there.
Okay.
Okay. So I was trying to just let you get better version of yourself.
Okay.
If you would do it like this over there in the real exam, I'm sure you'll be able to get a band 8 straight.
Right.
So it was good overall.
Okay.
So what I talked about, that's part of band 9.
Right.
Comparing you. Other than that, I found it way better. It's great. I didn't find any such mistakes, but of course, if you would act upon the words,
Okay.
it would go even more better. So that's all for the day. Any questions?
No.
Thank you very much for watching. And if you are preparing for IELTS, we are based in IELTS Markaz, Islamabad, and our contact is 0331 873 1234. God bless Pakistan and the world. Bye bye.